Hi besties, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to make this asymmetric circle skirt, or what some people refer to as high-low circle skirt. Do well to subscribe to my channel so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. So I'm going to run through how to determine the amount of fabric that is required for this asymmetric circle skirt. So first of all, we're going to determine our waist radius, and how to determine that is to divide your waist circumference by 6.28. In my case, for example, my waist circumference is 27. I'm going to add 2 inches zipper allowance, so that will make it 29 inches, and I'm going to divide 29 by 6.28, and that gave me approximately 4.6 inches. So what I'm going to do next is to determine the length of my skirt. So the full length of skirt I will be working with is 41 inches. So you're going to add your bust radius to the length of your skirt, whatever length, whether it's short or long. Add 4.6, that is your waist radius, add it to the length of your skirt. Then also add your sewing allowance. So I will add about 2 inches. So the length of your skirt, your waist radius, and also your sewing allowance, you add these three together. At the end of the day, that's 47.6 inches altogether. So but because it is asymmetric, which means one side is longer than the other, what you can do is to measure on yourself, or even if you are making for a client, you measure how low or how high you want the shorter side to be. So I am assuming that I want the short side to be like 10 inches shorter than the longer side. So you are going to subtract 10 inches from whatever your arrived figure is. So if I take 10 from this, it means I have 37.6 inches, which means the long side of my skirt, or the full length, is 47.6 inches. But when I subtract 10 inches, it means the short side would come up to 37.6 inches. So whatever this is to you, this is like the rough idea of how to calculate. So this will help you to know the amount of fabric that is required. So I'll show you how we are going to fold our fabric. Just for the purpose of this tutorial, this is the fabric I would be using, so I only folded this fabric into two. So this side of the fabric will be the full length of your skirt, that's the long side of your skirt. I've only folded this fabric into two, like I said earlier. So let me show you what I have here. So the long length is 14.5 inches, and this is 10 inches, which means this fabric is about 4.5 inches longer than this side. This is the same way you are going to have on your fabric. When you are measuring yours, you measure the full length of your skirt on this side, and on the width is going to be the short length measurement you have. So in my situation, here will be 47.6 inches, and here will be 37.6 inches. I hope you get that. That's after folding into two. Then the next thing you're going to do is to fold your fabric this way. So automatically one side is longer than the other side. So what we're going to do now is, given the way we have folded our fabric, this type of skirt we are cutting is an half scale circle skirt, or what some people consider as 180-degree circle skirt. It is not the full circle skirt or 360-degree circle skirt, and because of this we are going to be multiplying our waist radius, whatever that is to you. You are going to be multiplying that by 2, and that is what you will use to cut the waist of your skirt. So what I'm basically doing here is that I am marking out my waist radius multiplied by 2. So for example, if your waist radius is 2 inches, it means you'll be marking out 4 inches. So this was how I measured it. From the tip, you hold down your tape, measure 4 inches. Whatever your waist radius is times 2. Then from here, you are going to mark the length of your skirt. By this, I mean your actual skirt length plus your sewing allowance. So I'll use 10 inches for example. So mark 10 inches. You take your measurements from here. Mark 10 inches. And mark 10 inches. I'll cut that out and show you what I have. Mind you, this area here is going to be your back and the other side will be your front. So you don't mix that up. You can't use this as your back, except you want your eye low to be, the low part to be at the back. So this area is going to be where you have your zipper. And this is what it looks like. What you need to do is just, if you have a sharp edge like this, some people don't, depending on your measurement, you can retrim this area. And this way you have your asymmetric circle skirt. But if you want your halo effect to be in the front, that is, you want the short area to be in front, you might not necessarily, you can't use the technique I showed earlier. So this is how you are going to do this. I'm going to use this small piece of fabric to demonstrate. So you take your fabric, you fold it into 2 like you do when you are making your circle skirt. Then you fold again like this. Then you fold like this. So after you have folded this way, you are going to determine the full length of your skirt. This time you will not add your waist circumference. So whatever the length of your skirt is, for example, if the length of your skirt is 20 inches, what you are going to mark out is going to be 20 inches. So let me use this as an example. Let's say the skirt length I am working with is 4. Because of this small fabric, I will use 4.25. So you begin marking the length of your skirt. The reason we are not adding anything to this, I will show you. So what you only need to measure is the length of your skirt. We're not going to measuring the waist circumference yet. So you're going to measure the full length of your skirt, whatever it is. Then we're going to cut out. So you should have your full circle skirt like this. Then you're going to open this up. So this is the front, this is the side. If you want your halo effect to be in the front, what you're going to do is you're going to pull up this by the amount you want. So if you want your front to be shorter than your back by say 5 inches, you're going to pull this up until you get that 5 inches. So from here to here will be 5 inches plus your sewing allowance. You can add 1 inch sewing allowance to the hem. So it means this is going to be shorter by this by 5 inches. So whatever that is, you shift this up like this. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you see? After this, you're now going to fold your fabric back. like this. Can you see? So already here is shorter than this place. Then what you're going to now mark now is your radius. So whatever your waist radius is, you're going to now mark. So for this one, I'm going to use 1 inch. Continue to mark like this while your 0 is touching the apex. Mark like this. So this is the waist radius marked out. Then you're going to cut. For this one, you're going to use your exact waist radius, not multiplied by 2. And the reason is because this is a full circle skirt. And after you cut that out, you're going to have this. Can you see? So automatically you have your high-low effect. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Do well to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can drop your questions and comments in the chat box, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.